and welcome to part 2 of the Chili Toast tour of the artist's studio. In part 1, we met the designer of our mascot, Charlie The Chilli, and we did this. Now let's have a look around the studio.
Stronger than that one I just ate. My mouth is already just like, what the hell did we do?
My body is complaining, but that's okay. I drive this car. The car don't drive me. That's the way I treat my body. So, lovely, Mr. Moldy.
Yes, sir.
Give us a nice view of this beautiful studio. Would you please, sir?
Let me give it a rinse.
Me too. Cheers. So what do we got?
Other than the tears.
Mine too, man. Fuck.
Oh
Jesus.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Got to remember not to touch my face for a while too.
Don't touch your face or your dick.
Oh. Okay. So this is the Moldy studio. Over here, it's mostly just some of the glass and things that I'm going to be sculpting on top of it. At some point, coffee mugs, extra bongs. I've got my friend Mike Wazowski here from Monsters Inc. hanging out with me.
Super cool.
An extra glass, and then anybody who's familiar, I do some work with the mini nail guys. These are little temperature control boxes for dabbing. And we're going to do another collaboration. As you can see, I have a ton of boxes here. They're set to drop for Halloween. Lots of different colors and different things I can do different colors with. And then over here, some of the various molds that I've made. Oh, excuse me. For instance, this one here is a silicone mold that I use to cast my toothy ashtrays. Here's one that's not been painted. I don't think I have
one somewhere.
Let me see. I think so.
My brain is melting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oy.
No painted ones right now.
Okay. Doing okay, Moldy. Doing okay.
Okay, I'm good. Starting to come down a little bit there. Well, that's just pouring sweat.
Wait for the next wave, mate. Wait for the next wave.
Okay. So that's basically just materials and molds right there, and then over here it's the desk where I'm basically spent all day every day, and listen to some podcasts, watch a little of the 420 Chili show. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
How you doing over there?
Boy. And what about your most current sculptures, young Moldy? You want to give us a little look?
Yeah, so anybody familiar with my work has seen that I mostly work on bongs, things like this. Here's one of my monster mushroom bongs. Got some nice scary teeth, realistic eyeballs,
super sexy,
and of course, beautiful mushroom cap.
To what extent is that handwork before? When I look at that bong, I see so much artistry there. I see lacquer work going on top of it. I see sculpting work going on for the body. So those eyes, those teeth, those lips, that's your fingers sculpting those shapes, yeah?
Exactly. So basically it starts out like this. I am not a glass blower, and that's one misconception I get a lot, because finished product often looks like glass because I get it so shiny looking. But yeah, I buy some just some standard glass bongs. They're nice and thick, nice and heady. Nothing, that's going to break on shipment or something. And then, for instance, I actually have a few right now where this is the first step.
Okay.
The red clay that you see there is going to be the gums that I will later put the teeth into the gums. So there's kind of a before and after. And
but the red clay I see there does not look like the end gums to me.
Yeah, so I'll give it a little bit more like staining and things like that at a later time. But this is the red clay that I used for the gums. It's really nice and malleable. It's very squishy, but it's not so squishy that if you touched it, you ruin it. I can sculpt it, and then I can still kind of handle it without crushing my sculpt. And then I also use a beige version of the same stuff, Super Sculpey. And this is really nice stuff because it already has a natural flesh tone to it. So yeah. I don't have to do too terribly much to it to get it to looking a little bit more organic once it's been fired. Which Absolutely. I say fire, but it doesn't have to go into a kiln, which is the beautiful thing about this stuff.
How do you set it then?
I basically just use a standard kitchen oven that I set up outside in my garage so that because it smells terrible when you cook the stuff. But yeah, it has to be baked in an oven for about 30 minutes at 275 degrees, and that's it. But it does smell like you're burning plastic while it's firing. So I had to get that out of the house.
You can understand that. Mrs. Yeah. Moldy, not too happy about that one, huh?
No, she wasn't too happy about that one, but I was doing everything I could to try. I put down a sheet in the kitchen to separate the kitchen from the rest of the house and open all the windows and the door in the kitchen and fans, and I did that for probably longer than I should have before I finally relocated it out in the garage and relan a new gas line and all this stuff.
I would love. I'm going to do another hit of this stuff, by the way. Excuse me if I melt, but that's just the way I am, Englishmen, they melt under the slightest heat, And my dear Moldy, I think it would be lovely to show the people some of your most recent work. Show them what you've been up to right now.
So people usually see the bongs and stuff, but I just got into making some standalone pieces. Some sculptures that are just based on an armature, like a metal frame. And then I wrap it in tin foil and then put the clay on there, paint it after it's been baked. And this one here is Crumb.
He's the stinky one. He's the stinky one from Nickelodeon. What was his name?
Yeah, this guy was Crumb from Real Monsters on Nickelodeon back in the 90s. And burping some chili now.
That's all good, baby. Me also.
Cool. So that guy, I actually have a couple other ones I'm working on right now. They start out like this here with a metal frame. This is going to be Ickis from the same show. He has long rabbit ears and this sort of pyramid-shaped torso. And he has these large, like, jester shoes that he wears. So I really just got into welding so that I could start doing this. My dad has a little spot welder, a little TIG welder, and I've never used it before in my life. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to learn. So I just sat down, and it was much easier than I thought it was going to be, and fun, So I just make these little guys here, and I even made like little pegs for his feet so that they stand up correctly in the wood base here. And I can pop him in there like that, and he won't move around on me when I want to sculpt on him. And then I even made the wood base myself. I was buying them from Amazon, and it was just kind of getting expensive. And I was like, I could do that. I got a router, I got a drill. So I just started making those too.
Fuck yeah, man.
And then
you got some examples of those sculptures moving forward. Oh, look at that.
Here's
what was this little fella's name?
Oblina.
Oblina.
Yes, Oblina, darling. She had sort of like a French Bordeaux attitude. Somebody who would run like a brothel in France. That was sort of her vibe on the show. But yeah, she kind of looked like just a big J, and real skinny arms and legs, and big beautiful eyes with lovely lashes, to which I actually buy women's fake eyelashes and put those on there so that they're very realistic looking. And then I sculpt the mouth and the lips and the teeth. That's all clay and painted.
Love it.
Yeah, these have been so much fun. I can get a little burned out making the same thing over and over, because that's essentially what I do on my website, moldycreations.com. Anything that you see on there and you order, I still have to turn around and make it. I don't have all those things basically pre-made and sitting around in a warehouse waiting for someone to buy it. But that gives people the freedom to customize eye colors and things like that. So you can always, pick a blue eye, green eye, or even a zombie eye, or even more custom than that. And I even recently started figuring out I can do temporary tattoos. They stick quite nicely, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to implement that in the future. Maybe, making some more creatures, you get a little tattoo on the ass or something.
Nice. Hey, Mr. Moldy, it's really the case, that you took what you love, and because of the family, you turned it into your work,
That's basically it. There's no greater motivation than having to provide for the ones you love. That'll make you get off your ass. Hopefully,
right? That's for sure. Actually, you know what? I think our boy Moldy there gives us a very, very good inspirational point that we should, all of us, be thinking about. It's a good place for us to close today, I'd say, as well, which is very, very simple. Do what this boy did, yeah? Get out of your comfort zone. Do what you like. Do it for the right reasons, yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then, Mr. Moldy, are you a happy human being?
Absolutely, yes. I find fulfillment in being able to see it's almost like an instant gratification to work with your hands on something and watch it get better and better as the hours go by, until you get to a point where you say, this is done. And I can see visually that it is the way I wanted it to be. And then when I put it online for the masses to see it and potentially buy it, and they're enforcing that, it's quite rewarding, to be an artist who people actually enjoy your work, who are also inspired by what they see, the things that I make. People say, oh man, you've inspired me. I'm going to get into this or that, or go back to drawing. I haven't drawn in years, and seeing your stuff makes me want to draw again. Or so I've been doing this for 6 years, and I even get kids going, I was all about Moldy Creations in high school, scribbling it on my journal. It's wild to think that it's been that long, or that I'm reaching a younger generation, and they're doing the same thing I used to do when I was in school, and I was scribbling, skateboard logos and things like that, whatever I was into, bands, Metallica or whatever. And people are doing that with me and my designs. That's just, it blows me away. But one piece of advice that I love to tell people is that don't wait until it's perfect to start putting it out there. That's a huge mistake people make. They go, well, I have an idea, but I'm going to wait until I've got it perfected and I've got all my ducks. Those things all fall in line as you start doing it better than if you were just trying to plan it without getting movement going. Once you start doing it and get your hands on it, sit in front of the camera, start talking, you're going to go, hey, I should do that a little different. This would be better if I did this. Maybe if I add some lighting, maybe if I move the camera over here, maybe if I had some shit behind me, whatever. Just get going. Whatever your passion is, if you have a goal, hit the ground running.
Boys and girls out there, listen to this boy. If you got a passion, do it.
You never know. It might end up being your full-time job, and you can quit that one you hate.
That's the way. Well, from myself here, from my boy all the way in the States up there, both of us, we wish you success, joy, creativity, and a wonderful day. We say ciao for now. Ciao.
See you, Sash.